Chinonso had spent her childhood waking up to the sound of hungry stomachs and her mother's tired voice telling her to be patient. But patience was becoming thin. Her family lived in a small, crumbling house in the heart of Aba, Nigeria. They barely had enough to eat. Chinonso wore the same worn-out school uniform every day, and while her classmates showed off new shoes and bags, she wore slippers that had patches from too many repairs. Yet, her dreams soared higher than the sky. It was on one of those rare days when the sun shone brightly and the streets were busy with market noise that Chinonso's life was forever changed. She was on her way home from school when she was stopped by a man. He was a tall, well-dressed foreigner. His clothes looked expensive, his shoes polished, and he spoke with an accent that was neither Nigerian nor African. He smiled at her kindly, but there was something unsettling about it. Why would someone like him be talking to a girl like her? "You're Chinonso, aren't you?" he asked, his eyes scanning her face as if he had been waiting for this moment for years. Chinonso froze, unsure whether to answer. She had never seen this man before in her life. What did he want? "I'm not here to hurt you," he continued, his voice gentle. "I've been watching your potential from afar. I know you are a smart girl, despite your circumstances. I want to help you." Her heart pounded in her chest. Was this a trick? Was he some kind of scammer? She thought about the stories she had heard about strangers who promised things but never delivered. But the man wasn't lying. His name was Mr. Daniels, and over the next few weeks, Chinonso would learn that he had connections with schools and programs abroad. He didn't just see a poor girl, he saw potential. He saw the fire in her eyes, a spark that reminded him of someone he once knew long ago. He told her he wanted to sponsor her education, not just in Nigeria, but abroad. His offer seemed too good to be true, but deep down, Chinonso felt a sense of relief she had never known. Chinonso moved to the United States, leaving behind the small, suffocating world she had known. The people who had once seen her as just another girl from the slums now saw her as an exception, a miracle. In America, she studied hard. She had never been surrounded by so many resources, so much knowledge. She excelled in her classes, worked part-time to support herself, and kept in touch with her family. Through it all, she never forgot the sacrifices they made for her to be there. When Chinonso finished her MBA, she received a job offer from a prestigious firm in New York. It was everything she had dreamed of, except for one thing. As she sat in her luxurious apartment, with her brand new car parked outside, she realized that her family was still struggling back home. She couldn't enjoy the success when her mother and siblings were still hungry and living in hardship. So, Chinonso made a decision. She would return home, but this time, she would not come back as a girl from the slums. She would come back as someone who could make a difference. She wanted to change not just her life, but her family's life, her community's life. When she arrived back in Abe, her transformation was visible. She was no longer the shy girl who used to walk with her head down, too embarrassed to speak. Now, she was a woman with purpose. And her first mission was to start a program that helped underprivileged children get an education, just as she had been given a chance. With the money she had saved and a network of influential people who believed in her, Chinonso launched a scholarship fund. She also used her business knowledge to help local businesses improve and grow. Little by little, the change began. She didn't stop there. She advocated for better healthcare, for job creation, and for community development. Her family's life was transformed, and so was the community around her. Chinonso became a symbol of hope, proof that one person, with the right opportunities, could change not just her own life, but the lives of many others. And it all started with a chance encounter on a sunny street in Abe, where a stranger saw something in her that nobody else had.